We are coming to you from the Provincial Disaster Risk Management Centre in Bellville. And this is, of course, the heartbeat from where all disasters are managed from. And we had a very serious press briefing this morning where we heard from the Premier Alan Winde and the MEC for Local Government, about the dire situation regarding water and fires. Now, the Premier will send through to National Government a request for a declaration of disaster regarding the fires and the water situation, particularly in areas like Knysna, where there is a huge problem with water security at the moment. There were indications from other specialists who spoke as well, including the South African Weather Services, that the province is edging on 30% less water in its total dam system than the beginning of last year. Now, that is indicative that 2025 was a below normal rainfall season, and the expectations are that these conditions will continue. And we heard from the MEC, for Local Government, saying that it is time for the Western Cape and all citizens of the Western Cape, and especially in big cities like Cape Town, to once again start with those water-saving programs. Use as little as possible, go back to the old systems of putting buckets in showers and the like of that, as the situation will become more dire as the time goes on. He also says that 250 million rand has been spent since the last major drought that we saw in the province in 2017, improving water systems across the province and working with geohydrologists and engineers to ensure that water capacity is upped. But he says accountability must be taken by municipalities where they do not adhere to these regulations and plans that have been put in place. In Knysna, for example, they're asking people to save water, but the municipality cannot account for 50% of where the water goes. There's major leaks in the town of Knysna, but Bredel also says this is not the only municipality where the oversight is not what it should be. I'm just briefly going to step out of shot so you can see the work that is being done here. This is called the heartbeat of where everything is taking place in the background. You'll see there are two maps that also shows active fires, and on fires we heard that yes, there is arson suspected in a number of these fires, but it is of course very difficult to prove. There have however been arrests with regards to the fires, but Colin Diner, who heads up this facility here, told us that the major cause of fires is negligence, and of course the wind has been blowing non-stop since last year, and this has been the windiest season in the Western Cape since records have been kept. So that combined with heat, negligence, human error, causes dangerous situations where many people's lives are at stake here, and the first priority is always to protect lives and then of course property. But as you see there in the background, those systems that they use to indicate exactly where the fires are, satellite images being used, and this is also from where all deployment is garnered and done, and how they decide how to go ahead with how to proceed in fighting fires. There are a number of active fires currently in the Western Cape, and the public is once again urged to be extremely cautious when working with fire in any instance. Doesn't matter what you are doing, the fire must be controlled and contained, and must be very careful when working with anything that could cause an ignition, as conditions are very dry. As you heard, the rainfall season has not been good, and we expect dry conditions to continue.